Welcome back to Team Bowblade and Yum. I'm Chris, your Thermomix consultant and team leader. We're about to cook. Today we're making some low carb, high fat chicken Kievs. These are the skinny mixes ones from Cookie Do and my absolute favourites. So come cook them with me. We're going to start by putting 100 grams of raw almonds into our Thermomix. Little over. I love how clear and easy the scales are to use. I'll leave that with 3 grams extra. And that's going to give me a little tick now. And next, and we're going to mill these. So let me give you a little look. We've already got them down very small. So we're going to add to this some dried oregano, onion powder, paprika, salt and pepper. So I've got all of that prepared in there to go in. And we hit next. We're going to combine these ones for another 5 seconds. We're going to pop those aside. So this is basically our crumb for our chicken Kiev. Smells, flavours are amazing already. Now we're not going to clean our bowl at all because all these flavours are going to work together. I think this is why I love this one. So next, now we're making 6 portions of this today. So we're going to pop our Parmesan cheese in next, and we've got 100 grams of Parmesan cheese. Okay. We're going to make a bit of noise with these ones for about 10 seconds. Now I love grating Parmesan or any cheese in my Thermomix because I know that it has come from the whole block and I know that it has no fillers in them, and in 10 seconds we've got perfectly grated cheese. So this is now going into a bowl and going aside also. Coming back to you. Okay. There we go. And this time we're going to put our cold butter in. So we want 100 grams of cold butter. Now this is for the center of our Kievs. Got 2 or 3 garlic cloves, so we have 2 there. Now we don't have parsley. It's asked for parsley, basil and thyme. I'm just going with basil today. Tick on that one, and we'll just tick through the rest. And we're going to blend it. So it's just basically making our butter. It says 40 seconds. We're not going to need that long. You can hear already the machine's done its job. So I'm going to have a look at it in a moment. Let's have a look how we're doing in there. How good does that look? So we're just going to transfer this one to another bowl. Now if you want to, you can actually make this butter in advance and freeze it cut it up into little cubes. It makes it easier to put it into the center of our Kievs. So I am going to pop it into the freezer to stay cold while we do our chicken. So much easier to roll up when your butter is nice and cold. So again, it's telling us don't rinse the mixing bowl. So let me go pop this butter in the freezer because I want it as cold as I can. And now it's time for our chicken breast. So you can use some thigh with this if you want to. If you prefer, you can do that, but it's a great way to make your chicken breast go a long way. I'm trying not to touch them because ooh. So 500 grams of chicken is what we're using. 500 grams will give us 5 or 6. A little over, that's fine. 5 or 6 Kievs. Okay, we're going to pop an egg in there. And a teaspoon of salt. There's some I prepared earlier. Okay, so we can tick all of those off and hit next, and we're going to add our reserved Parmesan cheese. So that's going in with our chicken, and we're going to put 20 grams of our crumb in. There we go. We'll get our chick. Well done. Next. And for the next 40 seconds, we're going to mince that up. It could be a little more oily. It's going to get quite the jiggle up with that one. If your chicken breast is partly frozen, that's great too. It makes it easier to chop actually. Now at this point I can be preheating the oven. I'm going to be cooking these a little bit later, so I'm not going to worry about that now, but look at our chicken mince, all done. So line the baking tray, and I'm just going to dampen my hands because we're going to make this into 6 portions. Let's get it out of our bowl. So the flavour's just not in the crumb, it's just not in the centre of our Kievs, it's actually in the chicken as well because we put it in with that crumb and with the Parmesan in the chicken. Almost there. Okay, bowl's all clean or empty. Last little bit together. I'm just going to go and wet my hands. We're going to divide our chicken into 5 or 6. This one says 6. If you want them big, do 5. But look, I'm a big fan of, I want this to have lots of yummy filling, each of them, so I'm going to do 6. Very technical, here I am. So approximately this. all done, and I'm just going to get our butter back out of the freezer. Okay, so we have our butter, and the machine actually tells us exactly what to do. We're going to get our push and we're going to flatten it out into our hands. And we're going to fit 1 tablespoon, approximately, of our butter in the middle. And then we just simply seal it up. There we go. Kiev made, and in our crumb. Let's do another one. Flatten it out. Tablespoon of butter. And make sure we get that all sealed inside. So these are an absolute favourite in our house. In fact, they're for a birthday dinner tonight. And one of the things I love to do with them is, especially when you find chicken breasts cheap, I will make these up, and after I've crumbed them, I'll then freeze them. And when they're frozen, they can be packaged separately in the freezer. And on one of those nights where you're going, oh, I've got nothing for dinner, what am I going to do? These sit beautifully in the freezer. They don't take too long to defrost. And you can pull them out and serve them with a nice salad, a mash, whatever you like. It's a real quick and easy dinner. You can change your insides, so you can put some different herbs in there. You can even put some ham and cheesy stuff in there. You can do lots of different things. I love the classics, but feel free to mix it up yourself. And here's what else I love, is that they do go such a long way. So that's, you know, 1 per person. If you've got big eaters, they might need 2. But when we're cooking them, they're so simple, so easy. So a quick fry off in your fry pan, just to colour it up, is all we're doing. So we're just going to brown up your crumb a little bit, and then they go in the oven. So if I pop down here, thin spots, crumb, it will tell us, place a frying pan over a medium heat, add some oil, and then working in batches, fry the Kievs for 2 to 3 minutes, turning frequently until they are brown. And then, don't overcook them. Do not overcook them. And then pop them in a baking tray for 10 minutes in the oven. So it's like 2 or 3 minutes here, 10 minutes in the oven to go and jump and have a quick shower, come back out, or to whack your salad together, and dinner is done. So especially when you got those frozen ones, you take them out in the morning. By the time you get home, they've defrosted. They just need a quick fry off, and in the oven for 10 minutes while you make your sides, and dinner is done, which I love. I love a quick dinner. Okay, quick and easy. So that's our Kievs all made. What we're going to do now is crumb them up. Now, you don't have to use your almond meal crumb. You could use something else. I love the almond meal, and I also find it extremely filling. So if you've got big eaters that you're feeding, the almond meal actually helps build them up a little bit more. We also add a lot to curries and things like that. We have 4 big boys who all like their food. So especially growing up, almond meal was a bit of a saving grace and a way that we could help fill their tummies, give them something healthy and good, but not leave them starving. Poor souls, which I think they ever starved. All right, so there's 3 of my Kievs done, ready to go. I'm going to fry them off shortly and pop them in the oven. I'll show you that process as I go.